The episode begins with Itadori hugging a stuffed animal, cuz when he doesn't sleep with a stuffed animal he has nightmares. So the camera focuses on the face of this I can't even find a reason for that, his face is terribly ugly. Itadori is pissed cuz the principal said sleeping with a stuffed animal is a child's thing. What if he's a 6'5" tall child? But then he says Itadori passed this magic school, here's kind of a Hogwarts but better dressed. This is Fushiguro, looks like he just woke up and it's 4 p.m. Itadori completely ignores all that greeting bullshit and invades Sasuke's room. What the hell, that was pretty unnecessary. What if it damaged the door? So Gojo imitates a cute anime girl. Like every other alpha male he's a big fan of K-On! And Maid Dragon. These two are surprised cuz they're too uncultured. Holy Jesus, so many bad CG. Even those robots that can't use stairs move more naturally. This is the first time Kujisaki appears. The focus is on her chest so you don't forget this is still an anime. This couple over here is quite impressed, but not by the same thing. One is looking up and the other is looking down. Anyway, they're waiting for Kigusaki. Itadori is enjoying a blue popsicle while Fushiguro watches him closely, awkward. Gojo arrives, and as he's a discreet guy, anyone within a 30-foot radius realized his presence. Itadori thumbs up to show Gojo how cool he is. You're pretty cool, buddy. He says he doesn't know why his uniform came with a red hood. Gojo says it was his idea and the boy readily accepted. Who will refuse something from Gojo? Then we see a potential conman. Anyone who leaves hands like that for me is a potential conman. Kujisaki asks the man if she can be the model he's looking for, but he gets afraid of her. I don't even see why. She has a pretty face honestly. Not as much as Gojo of course, but still. The boys find her, and I really wanna have dope glasses just like Itadori's. Gojo is the only one of them brave enough to talk to a girl. Kujisaki introduces herself. I know you have Itadori's stance, so straighten the hell up. The opening begins and, oh look, your sister. If you sleep on the subway someone will steal your wallet. She stares at them, and Fushiguro tries to not have eye contact cuz he's bashful. She imagines Itadori as a jelly. If that's the case then he's this jelly. I see, she sees everyone as jelly. She shouldn't be ashamed to buy glasses. To increase his popularity even more, Gojo says they're gonna take a tour of Tokyo. Tokyo must be a really cool city though. It got pandas that climb telephone towers, and sumo wrestlers as big as skyscrapers. The two children start arguing about where they should go to visit first, so the sensei is the one who chooses. He decides they'll visit Roppongi. They can't wait to go to such a beautiful place. Then they arrive at this building with purple flames. I'm sure that purple symbolizes love and happiness. See, the country folks are very excited to visit the place. It's their first time in a building. I can't wait for their reaction to seeing a helicopter. Apparently, the place is cursed because there's a cemetery nearby, and the population is made up of a bunch of puss. Fushiguro tells Kujisaki that Itadori ate Sukuna's finger. Yep, Itadori's nail-biting problem went way too far. Birdbox fan says Itadori and Kujisaki mission is to exorcise what's inside that building. To help him, Gojo gives him a kitchen knife personalized by a geek. She received nothing, sexist. They get in the building, the place is in ruins, but I'm sure the rent is still expensive as shit. Meanwhile, these two are gossiping about your sister, she's so popular around here. Itadori is trying to be silent, while Kujisaki seems to be wearing tap shoes. Why you so loud, girl? Suddenly she has an idea and kicks Itadori's stomach. If the finger is still there, Sukuna is probably dead now. They decide to take different ways, and soon one of the curses finds Itadori. He cuts the claw and it bleeds purple. How goth. What an ugly thing. God was pissed when he created this creature. It even tries to attack, but Itadori just shatters it and got a beautiful smile on the face. Who wouldn't fall in love with that smile? They're still chilling out. All humans are equal, but some humans are more equal than others. Kujisaki enters a room full of mannequins, and just by looking, we all agree mannequins are demonic beings. I never thought I'd say that, but what a cute hammer. She bangs 2 nails on the doll. It even tries to dodge in the Matrix style, but it's way too slow. Several eyes appear on the mannequin. 2 of them have farsightedness, and the others have cataract. She snaps her fingers and the nails go even deeper. Is there a painkiller for dummies? She headshots and goes. There's a child in this room. She approaches to understand his situation. But before he can say anything, an overdeveloped hairy ball goes through the wall. And it even shows there's more than one type of nail. Kujisaki didn't know some curses have a certain level of intelligence. Apparently, Gojo knew something like this could happen, but he's not that much of a child fan, thankfully. It took the child hostage, and Kujisaki reflects on what's the best action to take, but accidentally she drops all her equipment on the floor. What a careless girl. She's about to have a flashback when the main character invades the scene. A second later he has saved the boy, and cut off the monster's arm. It tries to escape by jumping like a hairy frog. But Kujisaki has a perfect technique for that. A straw doll? Oh god, Kujisaki, please don't do this, you'll end up like Joanna Dark. Several stalactites come out of the creature's body, and it turns to dust. What the fuck? Kujisaki's flashback will start now. Please god, kill me now. Basically, she used to live in the countryside doing countryside things. Thank god they're back. Kujisaki asks why he needs a knife, since he can open ways through walls like that. So they point to the hole, and claim to have the same diameter as your father's ass. The conversation calms down and, oh no, not again, please. The flashbacks in this anime are pretty quick, huh? Naruto could have learned a lot from this. Gojo lets the boy go home alone, by the way. Meanwhile, they're waiting on that ladder. And here he is. For Christ's sake, Gojo, why are you doing the Nazi salute? I'm so disappointed. I think this episode is a good introduction to Jujutsu. But if you want to watch my analysis of the first episode, episode. The link is in the pinned commentary. They keep talking and suddenly the anime is stopped for about 40 seconds in this frame. I thought there was a problem with the episode when downloaded, but to my relief, his grandpa just died. Some time passes, like, a lot of time actually. Now they're gonna have one of those Japanese school events. But here homicides are legalized and even encouraged. Did you see it? Even Jujutsu Kaisen teachers are respecting social distance, so why shouldn't you? Gojo wears even a mask. They use the loudspeakers to say the corner clothing store is on liquidation. Everything 50% off. The school got a sponsor. Bills don't pay on their own. Here's Group A: Carpenter Thor, Four Eyes, Burp, Little Red Riding Hood, Uchiha Clan, and Panda. Group B is less important, so they don't even have faces. They're the first to be shown inside the forest. I feel like watching the Chunin Shiken again. Well, so I assume these are the most important from the opposing team. But this blue-haired girl somehow exudes a secondary vibe, which is curious, since characters with colored hair tend to be important. They look like dwarfs running from that point of view. Wait a minute, when did they meet again? Or did the animators not find it relevant to show there's a giant panda beside them? Fushiguro's dog leads the way. They find this curse, which is a spider that was bitten by a radioactive human. There are rumors he's Iranian, but there's nothing confirmed. But to everyone's surprise, the one who appears is All Might Punk. He says he has the most fragrant knee of all, and challenges them to prove otherwise. Well, Itadori rubs the fact that he's wrong in his face. Everyone leaves him and, does this girl really fight using a mop? And check out how cute the panda's tail is. Outwardly, looks like Itadori keeps bombs on his shoes, and just blew them up on Tudu's breasts. I'd love to know why he's smiling. The opening begins. I still don't get what's this one-eyed cat deal. We know things get crazy when there's a pink elephant running on the roof. When the anime comes back, time also comes back. They're building a battle strategy plan. They remember when Tudu attacked Fushiguro for not being a gross-ass perv. Who's paying for all the damage he does? Maki is presenting her ideas. Nothing against her, but I'd like to hear the Salmon Kid's opinion. Anyway, let's go back to the fight. This must be the loudest finger pops in the world. The sound of my bones breaking isn't so loud. His arm is quite veiny, resembles the dick of those guys from X Veiny. When the rock punches Itadori, that spider appears, lessening the impact. It doesn't work at all. The spider is reduced to dust. Itadori is thrown a few miles away. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how far is a mile away. Did Itadori just come from his mouth? The punch was so strong he even develops Parkinson's disease. Baki spots a mosquito on Itadori's face and tries to kill it. I'm not talking about the mosquito anymore. I swear I didn't see it when Itadori dyed part of his hair red. Seems to be a tribute to Todoroki. When Tudu is about to leave, Itadori gets up to fight more. You stupid f***. If you kept pretending to be dead, he'd go away. Now he got you, Itadori. Men of culture are too clever. Tudu continues in his philosophical phase, and asks what type of girl Itadori likes. Yes, that question is more important than Mahito's fight, cause this opening was done by a great liar. But this question isn't more important than Gojo v Jogo. I made a video about it. Camera focuses on Jugo's face in case you haven't realized he's only got one eye. Gojo threatens to infect everyone with conjunctivitis. Remembering conjunctivitis is an especially dangerous disease for Jugo. Anyway, Tudu is so happy with Itadori's response, he even has a fake flashback. By the way, Itadori replies he likes tall women with big ass. Essentially, Tudu dreams of living in the Toradora world, but with Taiga being 6 feet tall. Jesus Christ, this guy is dense, and I don't mean the fact he's buff. I can't judge him though. I'm exactly like that whenever I meet another fan of straight sex between straight men. Oh look, it's a little witch. Can I burn her at the stake please? Suddenly a woman appears shooting at him. I thought it's a fight with supernatural powers. It's like when you realize Hogwarts wouldn't stand a chance against a real-life army. The anime induces you to think this girl can cut everything that enters this life. An anime made by liars. She's Kasumi. She's kind of Aqua in Jujutsu. Both of them have blue hair, are cute, have money as goals, and are useless. Then this doll appears, which is scarier than the mannequins. My god, Tony Stark, is that you? Itadori is surrounded. Who appears to save him this time isn't Gojo, but his besto friendo. Itadori and this extra switch places. The Rock is angrier than in Fast and Furious 4. He tells this bunch of semi-relevant characters to leave and, well, they do. The little witch realizes the plan went wrong, and before she could go back to base. That's why birds are the best. Let's prepare the stake now. They divide the team to go help her. Maki appears to face Kasumi. Smart girl, she goes for the weakest target purposefully. Another flashback, but it's a recent flashback, so there's no flashback filter. They realize the other school's plan is to put an end to the finger eater. The witchcraft user falls on a tree. I'm surprised she's not in a sexual position. There are good people down there wanting to play with her. Technically, Panda is naked calling a little girl to play. That's pretty Catholic. My mistake, he actually wears brass knuckles, so he's not naked, which makes it totally acceptable. Fushiguro is face to face with the bow guy. From this angle, his bow looks more like an AK. Mate, Sasuke brought 2 branches for the fight, while that chick got a loaded gun. Itadori and Tudu are still fighting. Why does he accept to take 2 punches in the stomach like that? He's quite agile for someone who looks like the Rock. After that, Itadori gets a noogie on Tudu's head. He'll need a painkiller as well. Some time passes. Tudu says Itadori is fighting in a wrong way, so in addition to being his besto friendo, he's also gonna be his private tutor. It's possible to see the results of this training in the fight against Hinami, and I also made a video about this. So Hinami puts a hand on the floor. I can't tell which is the pinky, which is the thumb, which is the index finger, or even why does she have a hole in her hand. A while later they go to the last mission of the season, and so as not to waste time with chit-chat, let's go straight to the Eye of the Hurricane. Itadori is running while a curse uses him to practice target shooting. Thankfully this thing is terrible at it. He kicks this blue testicle strongly. It'll even need to go to the dentist. As an apology, Itadori hugs it. but soon he lets it go cuz it has a terrible bad breath. Our main character is using it as a real punching bag. He gets pissed off even with the camera and attacks it consecutively. The monster holds his arm, otherwise he'll break the lens, and we don't have another device. In the next moment, Itadori is doing an artistic gymnastics movement. He loves to kick monsters in fancy ways. God, this thing needs braces urgently, but I must admit I'd like to have such white teeth. But something tells me he did laser bleaching. Meanwhile, Kujisaki plays whack-a-mole with Diglets. Her outfit doesn't resemble Team Rocket by coincidence. Suddenly it's raining dildos, it's a girl's party. Fushiguro cuts them with a sword, cuz he's a savage who had no childhood. They approach to talk and Sasuke looks sleepy. He always looks sleepy for f***'s sake. His plan is to let Kujisaki take care of whack-a-mole, since she has a hammer. I'm sure you can see the logic in this argument. Not good logic, but it's the thought that counts. Well, mysterious arms are hijacking the sorcery woodworker. She should at least try to fight it. Often? Isn't this the first time this happens? What do you mean, man? Egg of the King finds this impressive, and decides to be sucked away as well. Adult life is an eternal search for someone who would suck you away happily. Itadori doesn't know if he should chase after it, he's a little afraid. So Fushiguro says the enemies here are fairly weak, and Itadori should go face the final boss. I don't know, to me, it sounds like he's trying to save his own ass. On the other side, this buff guy is pulling Kujisaki, but soon she loosens and shoots 2 nails. But we soon realize it's just a Jojo character, who took the bus to the wrong anime. He licks his finger, which would be disgusting even if he had passed hand sanitizer, even she found it gross. She looks at him with an angry face to try to intimidate him. I've got a boner. Sasuke is still cutting Diglets. It's kinda curious how Diglets and dildos are written in a so similar way. Oh no, Pokemon centers will get more crowded than hospitals. It's so repulsive to intimidate someone smaller than you. Why don't you try to do that with Gojo, you bully? Holy f***ing Jesus, this werewolf isn't a curse, right? To complete the misfortune, there's this ugly ass thing dripping. Oh my god, it's giving birth, or shitting. Curse's biology is something complex. Fushiguro spends a good 40 minutes reflecting on Curse's biology. Check it out, who's back. You can find this character empty, but what a fantastic dental arcade. So the anime shows us several fingers. They are all middle fingers offending you. They're also Itadori's dinner. Back to the main event. Fushiguro has shit himself already, cause of the cheerful fish face. It begins by spitting out a fluorescent gum in his own hand. Does that make the tongue colorful? The guy is wearing a dish towel like a string bikini. Some would say it's kinda gay, but that values a lot of its glutes. He shoots the gum, breaking the sword in 2 pieces. It just proves that's a shoddy-ass sword. The curse appears behind him and tries to punch Sasuke in the nape. He's not a Titan mate. The next punch hits him, and it's so strong it sends him back to the past. I don't want to imply anything, but Fushiguro seems to like to be beaten, especially from Gojo. Can't blame him though. Gojo's neck has more veins than my entire body. Why's that, God? Gojo begins to explain several important things, but Fushiguro is out to lunch. He'll be back in half an hour. And check out this hand. His pinky is as big as my penis. Still not paying attention at all. They talk about baseball, but as nobody wants to have 6 hours of life wasted in a boring match, let's skip. Gojo approaches the Uchiha, points his finger at his face. His forefinger is thicker than the legs of my tables. With his bones, we can make plumbing for a building. Back to the present, Fushiguro is napping while thinking about what Gojo told him. Come on. Who poured red berry juice on his face? He wakes up, and guess who's there to welcome him with a smile on the face? He's asking for help to get up. There are 3 things you can't deny to anybody: a hand, a glass of water, and a blow. But when Sasuke looks at him with a one-eyed look, he gets scared and walks away. He has a small memory of Sukuna aka Comedy King, and out of nowhere he becomes the Joker. Sasuke gets up and does the hand position. I think we're gonna see Chidori soon. Dark water overflows from Fushiguro's shoes, and begins to swallow the whole place. Can somebody call Noah please? It looks scared for water. Too late, mate. You probably got leptospirosis already. I don't know if I'm more impressed by how widely open his mouth can get, or by the fact all his teeth are square. Frogs appear at the creature's feet. I find frogs are cute. Fushiguro tries to pull its teeth by kicking. The curse slips and falls on its ass on the floor. Fushiguro takes the opportunity to kick him in the balls. Watch the replay. It's directly on the balls. It shoots another gum. He tries to hold it but gets pierced. Your hand doesn't get strong just because you remembered some shit Gojo told you, bro. 2 birds attack it with thunderbolts. The curse makes a yellow ball and leaves Fushiguro's domain. But the werewolf penetrates it from behind. Haha, I still laugh at a double-meaning joke. After being defeated, its domain also vanishes. He takes Sukuna's finger, and now he's gonna compare it to his dick size. Sukuna is happy that Fushiguro has finally man up. No god please. First a flashback from Kujisaki, and now this? It's not like he doesn't exist. He does and hates us. He's sitting on a pile of bodies. The people at the base have certainly perished. This is his sister. She's sick or something. Who the f cares? He explains she's actually a stepsister, who kept touching him even though he didn't want that. I don't know where this is going, but you know the rules and so do I. Another 13 hours of him telling us why she's a great human being. Boy, you're just hallucinating, you horny f. Isn't it super dangerous to have that finger without any seal? They both notice the finger's presence, and Jojo starts jumping like a reverse rabbit. He says he's too insecure about his back. Dude, I already watched part 4. But Itadori and the blue ball ending up seeing it right after his words. He turns back to attack Itadori, and is hammered on the head. After that, they defeat this lunatic, and now we have to wait for the next season. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. I'd like to ask you to watch at least 2 videos of the channel in a row because it helps me a lot. Also make a friend watch this video too. Use violence if necessary. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Bye.